fisheries. So in terms of the number of the vessels, it's like 70,000, both large and small, and many of them small. And it contributed like 22% of the global tuna production. So we produce quite amounts of tuna. But if we see how many fishes are there in total, it's about 3.7 million fishes. That's according to our agricultural census. Those the one who claim that the one that catching fish from the sea. From the expert judgment, how many among them are tuna fishes or tuna-like fishes? Some say it's about 60, 50%. So we can use that number. That's the best that we have. And in the context is very unique because it has large industrialized vessels with the processing things, and then mostly being exported. But then we have so many small vessels. We have so many small fishes. So this is what happened with our production, landing, those 5 tuna and the skipjack or cakalang. And we see it's an increasing trend, but then decreasing in 2014 and 15, and then increasing again. So, anyone knows why we have these sudden drops in 2014 and 15 for our tuna? If you recall, our Ibu Susi's strict administration back then, we cut down all the ex-foreign vessels or foreign registered vessels, and many of them are tuna vessels. So that's why we have a drop in that years. And afterwards, we are developing the fleet. And this is the canning industries. So if we see it here, we have like how many? 760 tons per year of our production. And then from the official data, we have like 350,000 tons capacity of processing it or industries. Although the operational capacity is around only 260,000. Although we don't have the import, but we have the how much that we exported. This is around 200 or less, 180 million tons per year. Nope. I cannot see it. 168 tons per year. So it seems that, well, this is the value. Let's forget the value for now. So given that we don't show any balance, like how much do we actually eat. So let's now see how much do we actually eat and what do we eat. Do we eat tuna or do we eat neritic tuna? So neritic tuna including our tongkol, including our cakalang. So we asked the question, who consumes seafood and how much? So we differentiated the poor and non-poor households with the threshold that the BPS has, definition of poor and non-poor according to the World Bank categories. And then fishing household and non-fishing household, we differentiate them from the census data, from the SUSENES data at household level, and we were able to identify those 2 types of household. And then coastal and non-coastal household. Let's see how much and they eat the seafood. And this is fish consumption total by province. If we see it here, it's 1.1 ton per year. So it's bigger than what we have produced. Although there is no quite fit balance between what we produce and what we eat, given the challenges of our data and the type of the fisheries that we were talking about here. But we see here the, sorry, how can I use the pointers? No, sorry. How do I use the pointers? The red light. No. becomes, okay, that one, okay. Okay, sorry, the lights, looking for the red lights. And it turns out, as our previously guessed, tuna is really small that we consume. Do you know why? It's so much more expensive to sell them than to eat them. Skipjack is about okay, 20%, but not that much as well, because we are still selling them as well as a whole skipjack or as canned skipjack. But the tuna is fresh tuna, so we send to Professor Yamamoto's country, to Japan, some of them. And then neritic tuna, we consume much more than that, 60% or more. This is based on our data here. And although, but the question for seafood security is actually doesn't differentiate within tuna or neritic tuna that you eat. As long as you eat fish, then it's good thing. And now let's see if how secure is our household throughout Indonesia. And we have the threshold for secure household based on the level of the nutrition that they intake during a week with the Susanese data based on the international agreement on nutrition level. So we have the red, the most purple one is secure, and if we see it here at glance, we feel that mostly, like in every province, the secure portion is more than both total, except some. Well, this one is not. It's 41. So where are they? It's in Banda, yeah. Is it Banda, Pak Mubarak? Is it Banda? This could be unfortunate if we are. Oh, it is not fisheries household food security status. So all of them are fisheries household, and this is not a good thing. This is a sad thing. We are in the middle of oceans, and then we have more insecure and very insecure household over there. So 48, 51, okay, more than 50, 70, 60, and dada. So this is our picture. We are using Susanas 2019 or 2020, I think, this one. This is part of our other research results. And who are poor among our fishing households? If we see it here, percentage of poor households in each province. And we see Kalimantan, smaller bar is a good thing. Higher bar is not a good thing. And wow, Sulawesi, oh no. And then Irian Jaya, oh no. And then we have some in Sumatra as well. Kalimantan is good thing. It's like smaller percentage of poor households. And where is it here? Nusa Tenggara. So this is our extensive data using Susanas for fishing households. So how much is our total consumption rate by those kind of household, poor and not poor? We would guess it's going to be the non-poor will consume more. Yes, mostly, except in Riau, yeah. The poor household actually consume more fish, more tuna. So that's interesting. Perhaps because over there, much more fish or much more tuna that they can catch and eat right away. And all household. Let's compare all household. So we do have national number for seafood consumption, but I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot like what is the threshold for our seafood consumption nationally. Pardon me, I forgot the number. So if we compare here between all household and all fisheries household, and this is, we would assume like the fisheries household will consume more. Yes, most of those provinces. I don't know, any exception? Not so far. And so let's say if we differentiate coastal and non-coastal, how do we define coastal? That's based on MMAF definition at PRL. Coastal district is stated 52 or 200 something district, basically adjacent to the sea, and we know the name of the district, and then we run the consumption participation rate for tuna in those provinces. And yeah, as we've guessed, the coastal participation is much higher than the non-coastal areas. So we have very high peak of light yellow. And how much is the consumption per kilogram per person between coastal and inland? And we see here, so coastal has much more than inland. For those archipelagic or eastern part of Indonesia, actually, and also Java, I think. Almost all of them, except the Sulawesi has rather high for inland households consuming fish, tuna actually, tuna and tuna-like. Sorry. This is, we stack the map between secure, insecure, and very insecure, the participation rate, but it's very intuitive. The secure one has higher participation than the other and the rest, and see if we have any exception. Not so far. So yeah. And the tuna consumption to total food for all households. So how much the tuna, a source of protein consumption, the percentage to total protein that they need for two type of fishing household, all or just fisheries. So we guess the fisheries household has more percentage of tuna to total protein presentation or total intake of the proteins, the yellow one. And the bar, the length of the bar shows the magnitude of the participation rate. And total protein consumption to total fish consumption. Oh, I think this is the other way around, I think. Total fish consumption to total protein consumption between all type of household, all data compared to fisheries. So fisheries, interestingly, fisheries only has slightly different than all household. Oh no, it doesn't apply the same. It's every region has different pattern. Either has big gap, similar, or larger gaps. So this is we're showing in terms of a map and data. We don't really know why in each of those. So this is an exploration stage of our research. Oops, sorry. So yes, conclusion. So we don't consume most of our tuna, but we export them. That's proven by how much we consume. It's mostly neritic tuna, and also we found that evidence on the coastal fishers that they don't really eat tuna. Even in Kendari, Kendari is the center of the small-scale tuna fishers, and they catch tuna every day. Do they eat tuna? They said no. Not even once a month? No. what about a year, a month, maybe on Idul Fitri? Why? It's so expensive, so we better sell it. That we eat tongkol, okay. We eat cakalang, okay. That's tuna too. So we see coastal people consume more tuna fish, and fishing household consume more, and poor household consume less, except Kepri, an island-based province. That's what we thought, because it's an island-based province. So with that, this is an overview who consume our fish and how much throughout our region in Indonesia. With that, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for Dr. Umi.
I have one more poems.
Okay.
Makan ikan betutu dan ikan cakalang. Mari kita tutup dan segera pulang.
Giving applause for Dr. Umi. Okay, maybe move to the next session. The question, any question? Okay, please stand.
Okay. My name Yuda. I'm from Faculty of Engineering. Sorry, can I use in bahasa?
Okay, please.
Oke, terima kasih sebelumnya. Saya itu barusan kepikiran lewat tadi gara-gara kenapa banyak ikan tuna yang diekspor dan kenapa Indonesia itu konsumsi ikan tuna tuh dikit gitu. Jadi saya mau nanya kayak gimana cara nanggulanginnya itu. Ya mungkin saya juga dengar-dengar kalau ikan tuna tuh mahal. Jadi di Indonesia tuh orang-orang tuh susah untuk konsumsi. Dan kenapa sih kalau ikan tuna tuh harus diekspor? Kenapa nggak diberikan kepada kita Indonesia, mungkin bisa untuk jadi bahan penelitian atau mungkin bisa dibudidayakan kembali. Jadi ya bisa dirasakan lah ke seluruh lapisan masyarakat Indonesia. Gitu. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you. Maybe Bu Umi, can you direct answer?
Okay, the question is, why do we sell more of our tuna instead of eating them? Okay, do we have, so this is, I don't know, do we ask the economists or do we ask biologists for this? So the economic incentives always goes like who's gonna pay more. And then let's ask for the biologists or nutritionists, do we have to consume tuna or we can consume other fish that will have sufficient nutrition as needed? That's one. Thirdly is at the regional level of tuna production at FMO and tuna trade. We have some, well, our quota is to catch the quota. But then for the perspective of the pengusaha, or what is pengusaha? Business owner, for the tuna, then it will be more profitable to sell them and export, of course. Unless we earn much more money than the US right now, then we can have our own tuna and eat for ourselves because we have better purchasing power. So the answer is yes and no. The answer is yes and no. It depends. And for the budidaya, there is one attempt. It's hard to budidaya tuna, I think. There is also offshore tuna, but it's not in our region. It doesn't work yet, and the technology is still premature. But in Bali, Gondol, I think there is research on how to grow tuna on our own, but I don't know like the advanced stage of that research, if it is ready for offshore caging and offshore aquaculture or things like that. So yeah, thank you. Good question.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, once more again, please stand.
Wow, they are up because of the ikan tuna poems, yeah? Good, thanks.
Okay, my name is Tian Cica Febriansa from Faculty of Engineering University Maritim Raja Ali Haji.
Razita ya.
Please, your name.
Tiansi Cahya Febriansa.
Kia.
Tiansi.
Oh, Tiansi.
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 My question is, why is the national market not the main target in tuna fish trade in Indonesia? If Indonesia is the largest exporter of tuna fish, why do domestic isn't present first?
Why always to export for tuna, and then why in the domestic the level consumption is low?
The level of consumption of tuna, the big tuna is low, but the level of consumption for small tuna, mineritic tuna including cakalang is high actually. Why? Because of the difference of price. If we sell our bluefin tuna, let's say in Jakarta or in Bali or in Pitung, then it's much more cheaper than if we sell it to the Japan's sushi market. How much do you remember how much is 1 ton bluefin tuna, Professor Yamamoto? It's really expensive, yes. No, yeah, so that's why the export, because the industries wants to make some more money from the tuna that we catch. We do have quota. Quota is how much a country can harvest the tuna and then report it to the RFMOs. And lately, with some of the species, we did not meet our quota. That means we catch less. Some of them we already catch more. So why is because of the price.
So this is all about price, right? Okay.
Yes, so far.
Thank you.
But later when you all decide to eat our own tuna, you can do that. Don't sell it, eat it and buy it more expensive. And that gives more wealth to the fishes. Our own fishes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bu Umi. Maybe to the question.
Thank you very much.
Before I closing, for your information that tuna is the fish with the high migratory migratory. Yeah. So tuna will traveling for the long distance, Bu Umi, and for the managing the tuna, we must working together with the another country for the make sure the sustainability of tuna. Once again, thank you, Bu Umi, for your sharing. We hope your sharing give us the benefit. Thank you, Bu Umi. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, we kindly ask for Ma'am Umi and the moderator to stay on the stage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we kindly invite the Director of Raja Ali Haji Maritime University, Mr. Professor Dr. Agung Damarsyakti, to go on the stage to giving the souvenir for the invited speaker. Please give applause for the invited speaker and our moderator in the parallel session 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the next agenda is a closing statement we kindly invite the Director of Raja Ali Haji Maritime University, Mr. Professor Dr. Agung Damar Shakti, and officially close the second Maritime Continent Fulcrum International Conference 2022 for Mr. Professor Dr. Agung Damar Shakti. Time and place is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Well, the Chinese old say goes that there is no never-ending fiesta, and the happy hours are so short. During the 2 days of the conference, we had deeply discussed about so many information providing by the speakers, more particularly for our keynote speaker, Professor Thomas Bowing, Professor Yamamoto, Bapak Mubarak, Ibu Umi, Professor Henry Liu, James Lee, and of course many participants and the speakers that coming in this second Maritime Continent Fulcrum International Conference. And during this 2 days conference, we have a lot of the information. We get some fruitful discussion, and we are very happy for. And after all the discussion, the organizing committee try to make some highlight recommendation that we want to provide to our stakeholder and shareholder, especially our local government. Then I would like to state here the recommendation, the statement recommendation from this international conference. The first, we would like to implement our eco-friendly science and technology application in managing the maritime resource, natural resource or non-natural resources, and those management should be based on the social friendly aspect as well as the ethical value and of the ecosystem itself. The second recommendation is to ultimate the utilization of or the use of the marine and fisheries resources should be conducted in optimal and in sustainable manner. The third recommendation is related with the pentahelix collaboration. The government, higher education, private sector, community, and also, of course, the media should be in synergy and establish the maritime regulation and its implementation program. The fourth is we recommended the application of the blue economy in maritime sector, such as sustainable marine tourism, smart aquaculture, smart fishing technology, and also smart choice for the food, especially for tuna. And the fifth recommendation, we encourage the acceleration of the use of the coastal and marine resources as an economic booster of archipelagic communities. And the last, we would like to enhance the community participation in global climate change issue. Well, I firmly believe the closing of this conference is not an end, but it's the starting point for us. The starting point for us, starting for the what we have acknowledged today, the current status, and look forward for the development, the scientific communication in this global platform in regard to promote the sustainable development goal with many goals. I mean, we have 17 goals in the sustainable development goal, and we try to do our best in order to achieve this consensus attainment. So I would like to give my great appreciation for all the participants and also, of course, the organizing committee that preparing all the series of the conference for this today meeting. And surely, inshallah, next year we invite you again to come directly to Bintan for the third MACIFIC in next year, in 2023. Hopefully, the new research funding will come and we can get new information about the implementation and application of the your research in this year for the next year. I think without further ado, I just want to say Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thanks for everything, for your big effort, your active participation during this international conference. Thank you very much, and I will end with the word Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thank you very much. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for Professor Dr. Agung Damar Shakti. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the second Maritime Continent Fulcrum International Conference 2022, organized by Raja Ali Haji Maritime University. So please give a big applause for us. We want to say thank you for all committees, presenters, all invited speakers, and all participants for this event. And we kindly invited all presenters and invited speakers to join the farewell party tonight at 7 p.m. I'm Titania Anggriani as the Master of Ceremony. Thank you and see you in the MACIFIC next year. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kami undang untuk Bapak Rektor beserta invited speaker dapat mengambil foto.